Dear viewers, Zambia is just hours to the presentation of the national budget by the Minister of Finance, which will take place tomorrow, Friday, the 26th of September 2025. Welcome to Lumen this day. You're with me, Sidin Mwamainda, and I'm joined as usual by Vincent Piri. Vincent, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Sydney, and welcome viewers. Of course, we know that you've been waiting for this program. It is now here, and this is your program. You can also contribute by calling in and giving us all your views about whatever we'll be discussing today.
Yes, viewers, as you can see, we have a guest here, and is in the person of Father Dr. Gabriel Maplanga, the Executive Director of Caritas Zambia. When you see him, we are talking the social doctrine of the church, and in this case, as I said in my opening remarks, Zambia presents the national budget tomorrow, and Father is here to talk about that, and then we remain afterwards to discuss many other issues. So welcome, and you can participate live with your phone calls or indeed your text messages. Father, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sidin. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Father, let us quickly get into it. As Zambia last year presented 217 billion kwacha budget. We don't know how much the budget tomorrow will be, but Zambia has been grappling with the economic challenges. So what would be the key priorities that you think the finance minister will focus on tomorrow to harness or to overcome the economic challenges that Zambia has been facing?
Thank you so much. Just as you introduced the topic, Caritas Zambia is very much interested in the development of the country and development of the peoples. And so we pay particular attention to issues like budget. And then when we talk of budget, we are talking basically about two things maybe. The first thing is about the resources that the country has, and how to share those resources in a better way so that everyone benefits. And on the other side, we are also talking of the people themselves, the well-being of Zambians. And so the budget should be balanced between what resources we have, and also how are we going to enhance the well-being of the people. So we do the balance. And then the budget, or every budget has certain focuses. There will be focus on manufacturing, focus on mining, focus on agriculture, focus on education, focus on health, a number of things. All these calling for something. And the main thing is the well-being of the people, looking at the resources. Zambia has a budget like last year, 217 billion. And you see what it will be this year. But as usual, the budget of Zambia is a very small budget, extremely small, because our resources are not enough. For other countries, they talk of a budget of trillion, yeah. But we are talking of a budget of very little, less than 30 billion US dollars.
And yet we get a lot more than that from the mines.
We are supposed to get more than that, but the way the politics around and the way things are done, we will see that the mines, despite being the main resource for our budget, but still what comes in is not what we expect. Yeah.
Further, from social justice moral perspective,
yes,
how should the budget balance between debt repayment and investment in critical sectors like health, education, energy, and agriculture?
Yes, yes. As I was saying, we need to strike a balance between the economy and also the social aspect of the people. And so mainly what we see is that sometimes the social aspect is neglected. Maybe more is given to others. But in this budget, we expect that the well-being of the people should be taken into consideration. Whatever policies we are making and everything that we make, even the budget is there because of the people. So that should be in the mind that people first, and then these other things. But as usual, you find that it is like opposite. Sometimes more money goes to other things, neglecting the well-being of the people. But in this budget, we expect that there will be more into the social aspect, and in fact, that's where the well-being of the people will be realized. When you pay attention to, first of all, health, for example, education, not only that, but also social welfare, employment, finding a way of sorting out this employment thing. It needs more resources going to that. And the main thing I expect myself, of course, is agriculture. Agriculture should be actually the main thing, and the stay of the economy. What we see is that we definitely say agriculture is the way to go, but the resources and what we expect are not corresponding. We want to see that agriculture is promoted more than any of these other things as far as the economy is concerned.
You talked about the budget being small compared to other countries.
Yeah.
Of course, looking at the withdrawal of the US aid, especially in the health sector, do you expect an increased budget this time around, especially to cater for the withdrawal of the US aid?
Yes. In the actual sense, we are supposed to finance these things ourselves. You know, it is even it is quite embarrassing that for a long time health was financed by others, but this is something that we need to think seriously about. Health is very, very important. We can't leave it into the hands of others. It is a wake-up call that they did that, and we really need to do something. And if health is very, very important, despite the withdrawal from the government of the United States, we should still do something ourselves, because health is for all Zambians, and without health there will be no economy and no people to talk of. Health is very, very important. Something should be done.
Some people say it is actually an iron to say we have the mines, we have all these natural resources, and yet Zambia is poor. Here we are today, you are talking about agriculture continuing to be the mainstay of the Zambian economy. And some people would say that a country that continues for many years to depend on agriculture means it is still an underdeveloped country. So what sort of agriculture should we be talking about if we are to improve the lives of the poor and the vulnerable, who make the majority of our population?
In fact, every country on this earth depends on agriculture. Even the richest countries, it is because of agriculture. And then they have also reached the level where they are because they paid attention to agriculture. When you look at these rich countries, they are really involved in agriculture, and they are protecting their policies, their products and all that, and they are really focused on that. In fact, the solution actually to Zambian plight is agriculture. And agriculture is not just one crop as we are used today, where we only depend on maize, and we think that is all about agriculture. Agriculture is wide, and especially when you start adding value to what you produce. We need to produce as much as possible, and then from there will be more other things, more other economic activities that will come in, and employment will be improved if we develop agriculture. And we need to really think seriously about it, not the way we take agriculture where we just focus on one thing and we forget all others. It's not correct. Or where we talk of promoting agriculture, but we don't do anything. Zambia has all that it needs to promote agriculture. In terms of water very important, soil very important, our land. We have all this, but where we have water, plenty of water, we find that there is no agriculture being done there where there is water. You go to Lake Bangweuru or Lake Mweru or where there are these rivers and see if there is any meaningful agriculture taking place there. There is nothing. And if we are serious about promoting agriculture, why are we not promoting this where waters are found? So there is a need to pay attention to it and not just talk and not just crowd it with the policies that people don't understand. Yeah? It should be something that people understand, and agriculture actually, if we pay a lot of attention, can improve a lot. Yeah.
For the energy sector, if you are to ask me today where should we put a lot of money, it's like the energy sector becomes a priority. Also issues to do with climate change, exactly. And so forth. So in so saying, Father, where should how should our government ensure that this budget that will be presented is not just a document of intentions, but is effectively implemented to bring tangible change in people's lives? Yeah,
exactly. Energy is also everything, because all that we do depends on energy, and Zambia needs to improve energy resource very much. I'm actually involved in trying to see that energy resources improved, and I participate in the discussion quite fully. The way we depended on energy and the way we did it in the past maybe is not correct, where we didn't invest a lot so that we produce more by this time. We depended on hydroelectricity, and if you don't improve hydroelectricity for quite some time, it becomes a problem, because when you have a problem with hydroelectricity, to create a power station using hydroelectricity, it takes about 3, 4, 5 years to develop one. If you didn't develop in the past, and when you have a problem start developing, it means it will take about 5 years to develop that. So I think there was a mistake that we didn't pay a lot of attention to that. But there are other alternatives that can be improved. Solar, for example, wind, and the other sources of energy. We should learn from other countries that are far much ahead, like China. And China is even ready to help us come out of this problem and improve our energy. There are many other sources that we can fall on, but the quickest and easiest things like solar, and also energy storage, where you have big batteries that store energy, and that can help within a short time. Then we also have coal, which can be used to produce electricity, and the others. What we need is political will to focus on things like energy, agriculture, and then something better can come out of that. Yeah.
Father, maybe finally, what will be the church's expectation from this budget from the Caritas Zambia point of view?
Exactly. We are always on the side of the people. When people are struggling, it pains us. And what we want to see in any budget is to see that the budget goes to improving the lives of the people, the well-being of the people. And we see that if you want to improve the lives of the people, you have to channel the resources towards that. And so we want to see that the government should pay attention to the social sector, and we want to see that the budget will address some of the difficulties that people are passing through. Unemployment is the biggest problem that we have in this country with the youths, not only the youths, with everyone, because there are just too few jobs around. And people are struggling. Those who have no employment are struggling a lot to have ends meet. And we expect the budget to address that kind of thing. And we also expect the budget, the budget to focus on agriculture. Mining is important, but we can't just put all the things into mining, or we can't just say mining is the main. Mining actually is not the main. And very soon we are going to deplete everything, the level at which we are extracting minerals. And we don't know if our future generations will have anything. But if we improve agriculture, they will still have something. But because this agriculture will always stay, these minerals will be depleted very soon, actually, with the kind of technology that is there. We'll find that Zambia will have no minerals.
Okay. Father, thank you very much for making an appearance. We'll call you again when the budget is presented, so that we come and look at it and see whether some of the things that we expect have been met.
Yeah, sure. We are looking forward to the presentation of the budget, and then afterwards we'll also do some analysis and see. We want to see if there will be more money going to agriculture.
Or we'll continue to employ only the doctors, the nurses, and the teachers, and leaving out others.
Imagine.
Okay. So for now, dear viewers, this was Father Gabriel Maplanga, the Executive Director of Caritas Zambia, giving us the expectations from the budget that will be presented tomorrow. We'll ask him to leave now, and we are grateful to him. But before he goes, let's get to a video where government went to inspect one of the companies, and this is what they found.
As a way of ensuring that workers are protected at their work environment and ensure that employers follow the labor laws in the country, the Ministry of Labor and Social Security has continued to check on the operations of companies across the country. And on Tuesday, the Minister Brenda Tambatamba, accompanied by Labor Commissioner Given Zimuntengwa and other inspectors, visited China 11th Chemicals Construction Company. The government in Tuareg was not happy with the state of the company operations here.
You have failed to have a management team, your leadership, to come and sit at a table with government. Who shall you work with? Because in this country, our law requires that we work in tripartism. The three of us, government, the workers' representatives who are not here, the employers' representatives, I don't know whether you belong to any employers' organization, because those are the ones who sit with the government to help put in place the laws and regulation and guidelines that will supervise industry at any given point in time.
So in that regard, we are suspending operations until you buy the PPEs for the employees, and we shall have to come and inspect. So the suspension will go on for as long as you wish not to buy the equipment.
The Yan, who spoke through an interpreter, Kamangala Nyambe, represented the company.
In this area, there are many departments and companies working at subcontractors. Others are in charge of other areas. We can't really overpass that responsibility to another area.
Later, the minister interacted with workers and made them appreciate their rights. Cecilia Ziambo, ZNBC News, Lusaka.
So there we are, dear viewers. A Chinese company, a China 11th chemical construction company, has been suspended for violating basic labor rights that we are told includes failure to provide off days, gratuities, and other key discrepancies. Vincent, Father Maplanga, that we were with here, was talking of issues to do with lack of employment. Yeah. And for me, it is just one of those things that causes such things, because many people must know that the Employment Code Act of 2019 guarantees employees a lot of benefits, much as also they have the rights that they have to, like they say, rights come with obligations. So they have obligations, they have rights, and people ought to know those things. But when people go on working like that, one indication is just that what Father Maplanga was saying, high levels of unemployment, and so people try to bend a lot, but sometimes it's unfortunate that the employers don't look into that.
Yeah. It is sad, Sydney. Like you said, many it's because of unemployment, and even the same investors, they know that they can easily manipulate people, because they really need that simple, small job that is available. And we've seen, especially our friends from Asia who would come here and work in a construction company without helmets, without safety boots, so to say, and they are working just like that. They get injured. No proper care is given to them by the company itself. So I think it's good that the government is coming in and suspending companies like this. But of course, this hasn't started today. A lot of companies have come, violated the laws, suspended, but still things continues. And so I think, for me, I think it's stiffer laws maybe should be implemented on these companies that are violating the Zambian laws.
So that, for me, I also take it that it's just a wake-up call for many other employees or employers who are there and taking advantage of the people. Let us move to another story. Yesterday we saw the president hosting the traditional leaders or our chiefs from across Zambia in their hundreds, and they were with the president, and the president calling for unity and development, love and patriotism. We have a video, and from there we pick it up to hear what the president talked about. Before that, Vincent, actually I needed to ask you how much respect you have for the national anthem, but we'll talk about that later. Let's see the video, dear viewers.
We must answer one nation, one people, one Zambia. No. You should be proud of your country. I noticed that the National Anthem was being sung here, and some chiefs were seated. Please, we must respect our country. We must be proud of our country. So I shall repeat: one Zambia, one nation, one people. We shall repeat: one Zambia, one nation, one people. Exactly one people.
Vincent, one Zambia,
one Zambia, one nation,
one nation.
One leader.
One people.
One people, is it one leader?
Yeah.
You know, Kaunda, he is also, we could say one leader. One leader, Dr. Kaunda, you know, such kind of things.
Yes. But Vincent, I think the emphasis there was the respect to the national anthem. He says the national anthem was being sung, but then some of the chiefs were seated. So he says, let us be patriotic. Let us give respect to this national anthem of ours. I don't know. Of course, you've mentioned Kaunda.
Yeah,
You lived in
Yes.
that era.
Yes, I lived in
Yes.
that area.
Was the president in order to tell the chiefs that or what? Because that is what people now are saying. No, they are our leaders also. They have their own traditions. They can't do. They can't stand. They cannot sing because it's only them that need praises and like. What is your take?
Yeah, well, I think like Sinu said, I had an experience of being around during the time of Kaunda, and of course I was a student in you know, when you are in school, Sydney, every day we used to sing the national anthem, and when the national anthem is being sung, everyone should stand. And if you are walking, you stop walking. And I remember even at football matches, people would stand, and everyone should stand when the national anthem is being played, especially when it's an international game. Everyone should stand. And for those, some of the children, that was a time to actually enter the stadium without paying, because people will stand still without making any movement. The police will just see you and just notice where you are seated. You jump through the wall fence, and they will just see where you are seated, and then maybe fish you out afterwards. But yeah, some people would go in and disappear like that. So this is just how the national anthem was respected back then. But well, with the changes that are happening and so on, now we see national anthem being played and people are seated, and they're not even singing along, because it wasn't just standing but also singing along to the national anthem. So for me, I think these are some of the things that have changed. And it is good that to bring them back, because it is not a song that we just sing anyhow. This is a song that talks about your nation, talks about Zambia, proud and free, land of work and joy. You know, those are the things that are known about the Zambian people, so to say. Yeah.
So Vincent, when you talk of the changes that they have come in, you're saying these are just some of the changes. Some of the changes that we actually tolerate is not good changes. We use the word it's indiscipline. Kaunda will be very annoyed with you. But I tried to check what standing for when the national anthem means, and perhaps some of the Zambians that have different views from what the president was doing yesterday or said to the chiefs yesterday. Here is what I have for you. Number one, standing for when the national anthem is being sung and you are there singing along or just standing, means respect for the nation. Standing shows honor to Zambia as a sovereign state and to national symbols that represent it. Number two is that it symbolizes unity and identity. When citizens stand together, it expresses solidarity and a shared national identity regardless of the background. Number three, tradition and protocol. In Zambia, as in many countries, standing during the national anthem is a widely accepted national and cultural practice. It aligns with official protocol at public events, schools, as you mentioned, Vincent, and state functions. Number four is honoring sacrifice. It pays tribute to those who fought for Zambia's independence and those who continue to save the country. So as long as you are Zambian, it doesn't matter. You are a chief, you are a priest, you are an archbishop, you are whoever you are, you have to do that in respect of the four that I've outlined. Yeah, so Vincent, that is what we saw, and that is what it means. Maybe we go forward, Vincent, in the interest of time. Let us go to some developments that are happening in the church. The Catholic Church in Malawi has laid the foundation stone for the construction of a nunciature. The Catholic Church in Malawi on the 22nd September 2025 registered a significant milestone in the history of the Catholic Church in Malawi as the Apostolic Nuncio for Malawi and Zambia laid the foundation stone for the construction of the Apostolic Nunciature. The Apostolic Nunciature, as we know, Vincent, is the Apostolic Nuncio, is a diplomatic envoy of the Holy See, and is responsible for diplomatic engagements with government and with other nations and national stakeholders. So this was happening, Vincent, on the 22nd of September, and I think it should be looked at as indeed a milestone, because for many years from the 1960s, Zambia and Malawi have been sharing the same Pope representative between the two countries. But with the laying of this foundation, though I was talking to one of the priests from Malawi, there's no timeline that has been given to say the nunciature will be completed in this year, and then from there on, this time we expect the new nuncio. It will continue like this, but at least the bigger step has been made, and this will enhance the duties, will make it easier for the office of the nuncio to function properly, in that the nuncio that at that time that will be in Zambia will only concentrate on Zambia. The one that will be in Malawi will concentrate on Malawi. And perhaps, there are those times when a diocese has no bishop. Sometimes we see 3 years, 4 years, the process is ongoing. Perhaps those could be some of the things from the church side that will come into effect, and there'll be efficiency. Okay, so that is what we saw. I'm afraid we may be having little time, but then in the same country of Malawi, yesterday, we saw the president, or we should say they have a president-elect in the person of Professor Mutharika, who is bouncing back in Zambia. Remember the terminology, so that's what they that's what we can say, yes. So he's in his 80s, but Professor Mutharika is 85, He's back as president, and then the Zambian president has actually congratulated him. Zambia's president Hakainde Hichilema has extended his congratulations to Malawi's president-elect Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika and Vice President Justice Dr. Jenny Mayamu Asha. Vincent, you want to take it up from there?
Okay. In a statement on his Facebook page, Hichilema has commended outgoing President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera for demonstrating statesmanship and upholding democratic values. The Zambian leader has also praised the people of Malawi for peaceful exercising their democratic rights, setting an example for the region and continent. Hichilema has since wished God's blessings upon Malawi and Africa. This Sydney was an interesting election. Because of course, like we said, he has bounced back. But I think prior to that, I think 2019, 2020, that's when he became president, the outgoing. That's when he became president. And I think it's that time when we had COVID, where they also had the Cyclone Fred in Malawi. And so I think the economy was going down. Because of some of the reasons are those. But also he had a lot of promises that he gave to the Malawians, and they kept ticking and saying, is he doing this? No, he's not. Is he doing that? Until the time now for the elections, and so he decided to vote him out. So I think this is a wake-up call, Sydney, to the African presidents. I'm not going to mention names who and who, but the African presidents. When
it's better to talk about our own home.
Yes, yes, the African president,
included.
of course, even our own. We are actually going into an election in 2026.
And you know I'm talking about
next year.
Okay,
yes.
Continue.
Yeah, and it's just next year, and so there are some promises that were made, and people have been ticking. It's almost the same thing that has been happening in Malawi. We are talking about the fuel. They were queuing for fuel in Malawi, and the poverty levels had gone down. And similar trajectories are happening in Zambia. We have the issues to do with electricity. Promises were made, the bag of meal and so on. Immediately I get into the presidency, this is that it's going to happen and so on. And people are ticking. I mean, some of these promises can sound ridiculous, but people are ticking, and if they're not happening, they'll say, but why is he not doing this? Look, he said the electricity will be like this and so on, and nothing is happening. And then now people will be saying, what next? It's Alewelelapo, but we don't have Alewelelapo at the moment in Zambia, so they will decide otherwise.
So so in the same vein, Vincent, people are saying in terms of the Malawi election, in Zambia here, yes, in terms of political parties, like you were saying, people are saying the UPND should wake up and see what is happening in Malawi. That is the opposition. But the UPND are saying, no, Zambia and Malawi are two different scenarios. So you find the opposition is celebrating, and then they are saying, actually, when Chakwera won, the UPND was very happy that the opposition has won, and then Zambia can learn from there. And then it happened also here that the opposition won. Now those that were in government in Malawi have lost, and then the PF that lost now is saying, okay, look at what is happening, but the response is that Zambia and Malawi are two different things. We'll keep watching. We are in the election here, and see how it goes.
The differences, Sydney, are not that much.
Yeah.
If you look at, in fact, Zambians would want to say Malawi is another province in the eastern part of Zambia. In the language, I mean the cultures, the climatic conditions and so on are literally the same.
And this election, Vincent, the other thing that for me is interesting is like it was a whitewash, because they had counted from, we may say, from 24 constituencies, remaining with 12. The winner has already been declared, and yesterday the current president, who is outgoing, had even a press briefing. And for me, yes, it's good that you concede a defeat, but for me, maybe we can do it in a different way, in that maybe you give a national address after the elections have been announced. Because in his language you hear, no, I've allowed MEC to go ahead and announce, they've told me I've lost, so I've accepted, I've told them to. So meaning that the other thing that you are not saying is that if you wanted, you would have actually said no, you see. So for me, I would want to see.
That's what happens.
For me, I would want to see, and that's why our democracy remains a baby democracy. For me, I would want to see a situation where, if it is the ECZ, they just go on like we are waiting, all of us. We don't know what they will announce. They just go there, they announce, and then you so this is what is happening. And then people start reacting. Even you as president start reacting. And then you go now on TV, or national TV, or whichever press briefing, is it at your home, whatever. Then you say, no, I've accepted, and they're like, do they inform you? You say, no, I've given you permission, go ahead, what. For me,
it's like he had the power to control. Is it the
but he has just failed. So Vincent, in the interest of time, maybe we are going to end up here, but we'll end in a way of calling for consistency. Vincent, some people are saying VR can actually work in politics. You were talking about promises and so forth. Politicians give us a lot of promises, and sometimes we have had issues where people joke, but this has happened where someone is talking about districts and they are 19, and then he's going to say, I'm going to bring hospitals, 16 hospitals to 19 districts, and you wonder how. So that kind of thing, you see, and when they go to another side, they say different things and the like. So consistency is very important, and to mitigate this, people are saying actually VRA can work. So we'll end with that VRA thing. Dear viewers, thank you very much for following us and for being with us. We ask you to join us again on Tuesday when we come with some new other stories. Today we end with this. Vincent, thank you very much, and the entire Lumen TV crew. Let's watch this and we end from there.
Madam Speaker, first of all, to correct the honorable member. When I appeared before television, I didn't say 15. I said we are going to provide power to the compounds from 10 to 15. That's what I said. I didn't say 15 hours. That's the one we are providing. I didn't say 15 hours. That's the one we are providing. I said we are going to provide power from at least 10 to 15 hours. That's what I said.
Well, they are going to go and have a look.
Today, as we are talking, Costa, we are able to provide our compounds with 15 hours of power. Today, as we are talking, Costa, we are able to provide our compounds with 15 hours of